Hi, this is Pam from Bamagirl Cruise and Travel Addict. I wanted to give you my honest review of the pros and cons of my most recent cruise on Carnival Paradise. I just completed the January 25th 5-day sailing to Mahogany Bay and Cozumel. Before I start my review, I wanted to let you know that um, Carnival Paradise has been one of my favorite ships. I've cruised on it probably 6 times. Um, Most of my cruises, on smaller cruises, 4 or 5 days, have been on the Paradise. I have been on the Fantasy and the other ships in the fantasy class. I like the small ships. I like the crew to passenger ratio. The service has always been great on this ship, and I always have a good time. The other plus is the port. The port of Tampa, they know what they're doing. They get the passengers through security, through the check-in process. They're always so nice, and then you're usually boarding by 10:30, 10:45, unless there's some issue. I've never experienced any issues other than fog at Tampa. And, well, there was that one hurricane that sort of caused a cancellation for a leg of air back to back, but that's a whole nother story. We won't go there. But anyway, Carnival Paradise, great little ship, always has been. I love it. This trip, I had issues, and I hate to say that. I did enjoy it, but here's what happened. Before I continue, if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please take a moment to do so, and also check the notification symbol so you'll be notified of new content as it's posted. This just allows my small channel to grow and will allow me to continue putting content out there. If you're already a subscriber, thanks for subscribing and thanks for watching as always. And if you have any questions about cruise or travel in general, please post those in the comments section and I will be happy to get back to you. Okay, on with the review. The issues that I experienced. We had, after we boarded, we were probably second on the ship, second, third on the ship. Boarded with the diamond section. And so I start to open the door to go put my carry-on in my cabin. If you're diamond, platinum, or you've purchased faster to the fun, you're allowed to drop your bag off in your cabin. I was told by 2 crew members that I could not do that and that I should just go to my muster station, get a drink, and have lunch and come back at 1:30. So I said, well, I'm diamond, and diamonds and platinums and faster to the fun are allowed to drop their bags. And they were telling me no. And so I asked someone else, and he looked at my boarding pass and he said, oh, you're diamond? Here, go on in. So took my bag to the cabin, dropped it off, put my passport in the safe, and spoke to my cabin steward and was out of there. You can't stay in the room, but you can drop off your bag. That's one benefit. So after that, went to muster drill. There was a little bit of delay in there. They couldn't get the iPads working, but everybody was patient. We just sat there and waited because we didn't want to go and have to come back. So that's a minor thing. You know, technology, you're going to experience that. Then we went up, got some lunch. Food was good. I had a guy's burger, some fries. Can't say anything negative about the food service on the ship. It was very good. Everything I ate was good, and believe me, I ate everything. Main dining room. One item that I ordered, I had an issue with, and that was calamari. It was overcooked, but you know, not a big deal. Calamari is that way, just a little bit, and it turns to rubber. So, did not complain about that. Did not request a replacement, but um, dining room staff, top notch. It was fast service, hot food, good quality. Everything I ate in there was good, and just can't say enough good things about the dining team on this sailing. The the deli, the service was good. It's a little slow when it backs up, but they only have one person working in there. The only thing I could say as feedback on that was during busy times they might need to add a second person. Pizza, good as always. They do close that now at midnight, and then they have a midnight buffet. I did not make it up to the midnight buffet, so don't have any footage of that or any comments about that. The omelet stations, had an omelet 2 different times, very good. Blue Iguana, I don't usually eat there for lunch. It's very popular. It's always good. I did eat there a couple of times for breakfast. My favorite is the huevos rancheros. And I love the salsa bar, so you can get whatever salsa you like. I like the watermelon salsa and the pico with my breakfast. But that was always good. Good quality, and I love it. The Guy's Burgers, that was very good. I had, I think, 2 burgers this trip. There was one, maybe 2 nights I didn't go to dinner. One night, we were just tired from being in port, so we went to the deli, I think, and I got a sandwich there. I had a chicken sandwich, and it was good. And then another time I had a BLT over there, and it was also good. Buffet was good. Everything we ate was good. Now, there were some service issues with the bar staff. I was trying to find some tomato juice one day, and I was told they didn't have any on the ship. But I went to another bar and asked for the juice and was given tomato juice. I also saw canned tomato juice at other bars on the ship. I did hear a lot of complaints about the drink package and the price that people paid, because I think it recently went up to, I don't know the exact price, I think it's around $82 a day. And then on board, they were out of certain beers the first day. They didn't get stock or whatever. But the things they were saying they didn't have, they were serving in other areas of the ship. So I don't know if it was a distribution issue. Also heard complaints about the quality of the drink and consistencies of the drinks that were made at the bar. Watered down drinks, drinks that were full of simple syrup, that sort of thing. There was also the issues with lack of straws. Carnival stopped using plastic straws and switched over to a candy straw if they have frozen drinks or smoothies, either, the alcoholic, the non-alcoholic, milkshakes. you get a candy straw. So this selling, those seem to be missing. They didn't get them. They were serving these frozen daiquiri drinks without straws. So if you didn't bring one or you didn't buy one on board, I can't imagine having to drink one of those drinks. You would probably have to eat it with a spoon, like an icy or something. I don't know. But that was a complaint that we heard. I also heard a lot of grumbling about the top shelf liquors that they advertise that you can get with the drink package, and then they didn't have it. And that was a complaint. The last day, I heard a couple of people complaining at the coffee bar because normally on that ship you could purchase, I guess you'd say, spiked coffee drinks, or like they have an Irish coffee and they have a Caribbean coffee or whatever. But the last day of this selling, they had all of their beverages put away. There was none out, and those were not offered at all on the last day. So that was a change. I don't know if that's fleet wide or if it's just on the Carnival Paradise, but the two people that I saw, they were not happy about that because one had a flight and she had flight anxiety and said she needed that in her coffee. So whatever. But anyway, that was an issue. What's not an issue to me might be a big issue to somebody else. The two things that we witnessed on this ship that was alarming, two different occasions, bartenders poured wine into the little, I guess you'd call it a carafe to measure, and then poured that wine into a wine glass for the person that ordered it. And at two different bars, I saw a waiter, a bartender, whatever, stick his ungloved finger into that wine glass to get whatever was in there. I'm assuming cork, possibly, and wipe that along the edge. And that's just not acceptable. That happened at two different locations. I don't know. It wasn't my glass. Not my battle to fight. But anyway, that was alarming. Now, myself, personally, I did order a Diet Pepsi at the casino bar. And when I got that, it tasted like cough syrup. I don't know what was in it. Tasted really strong mint. So after seeing this with the wine glasses, I was not going to drink that. And I didn't say anything to the bartender. I just left it. But I'm assuming either something was left in that glass, or maybe the glass wasn't washed. I don't know if it had, maybe they made a drink in there that had some kind of mint liqueur, or maybe a mojito with some crushed mint. But it was awful. So I left that sitting. I did not drink that. And I didn't say anything because, I was just tired of, all the issues. And then there were issues in our cabin. We had dirty water coming out of the tap. It was bad enough to stain the washcloths. If you filled the sink, it was like yellow. If you ran it on your towel, hand towel, washcloth, it was a yellow to a brown. Also, the coffee bar, the Java Blue. One day they could only serve cold drinks because their water lines were stopped up. And I was told they couldn't serve any hot coffees, couldn't steam the milk, and that was the day that our water was really bad. Now, I did hear that other passengers had made complaints. They received a case of water to drink, were given some sort of onboard credit, and or a bottle of wine. Now, we didn't receive anything for our water issue. If you want to see what the water looked like, there's another video that has been released. The other issue in our cabin was the emergency track lighting underneath the closet. Those lights, they're nice if they work correctly. The one in our cabin did not work correctly. When it was dark, when the lights were off, it came on and it stayed on until sunrise. Then it went off. I did complain at guest services about the light twice and was told they would address it. And then I received a letter asking me to stop by and talk to them. I told them it was not resolved. It was on all night and I was going to unplug it. And the guest services staff person gave me a stern warning that that was a safety mechanism and that I should not unplug that light. So the entire 5 days of the cruise, our under-counter light illuminated our room all week long at night. And, it's one of those things, again, choose your battles. So, lots of issues this sailing. Did I have a good time? Yes. Any cruise, it's what you make of it. There were a lot of bumps and issues. You just have to go with the flow sometimes. If I compare my most recent sailing to my 2 sailings in 2024, there were no issues at all May 2024. Food was great, service was great, no problems, no maintenance issues, nothing. It was excellent. Great. Ship was clean, everything worked, shows were good, had a great time. August, new crew came on board. The only complaint I have about that sailing is the food service in the dining room. They had a new menu and the crew was also new. The food was coming out slow. It's not the crew's fault when the kitchen isn't getting food out there. So, it was taking a lot of time to get dinner and the food wasn't where it should be. That was the only issue with that sailing. Besides, the ship listed that sailing, and that's sort of a big issue. We had an emergency to take a passenger back, and I honestly think either something hung up or the ship was just turned too rapidly and it listed. Water came out of the pool, some things were broken down below, no injuries. Okay, that happens. Didn't see any maintenance issues. Ship again was clean, had a great time, and even after the listing, I booked this cruise. So I have been bragging about, this is my favorite ship. We're going to have a great time. And then all these issues, people complaining and this is wrong and that's wrong. And so it was different. So I don't know if I would go back on Carnival Paradise. I would have to hear a lot of positive feedback from others that go on there. Um, would I stop cruising Carnival? If they're going to give me deals, I will go. If the deals stop, then I will branch out. So I'm just gonna play it by ear, but those are my issues with the Carnival Paradise. So use it as you will, and if you're sailing on Paradise or any other ship, have a great cruise. If you're not already a subscriber, please like and subscribe to my channel. This will allow my channel to grow and will allow me to continue putting content out there. As always, thanks for watching.